Alrighty guys, so I'm back here with the update for this trading strategy, and if we're gonna keep doing this, we're gonna have to start naming this strategy at some point. I'll think of a name, but right now I just wanted to show you guys what's been going on. So what happened last night is we had a big push up on Ethereum. Let me show you on Bybit, which is where I'm trading the strategy. So basically, we had a big push up from about 2,400 to close to 2,600, which I was kind of counting on in the way that I set up this strategy. I was kind of counting on this going higher rather than lower. So let's just have a look at this. Yeah, so we're trading around here. I was collecting premium, volatility premium from down here. I was just scalping trades, scalping, just making small profits that kind of accumulated. At this point, I've made about $120 of profit on my $780 grid investment. So that's, I don't know, quick math. What is that? Like 16% or something over 20 days of doing this. And my overall strategy has a bullish bias, as you can well see in here. So this was the previous picture. Back when ETH was at 2,400, I was kind of in the red a bit more. I'm still in the red, but not as much. So we're closing in on the good region where we actually want to start taking profits. And as we do that, we're continuing to collect. Look at all these red and green markers on the plot are buy and sell orders that I've fulfilled, where I've scalped trades, where I've scalped profits. And like I said, this is $124 of profit so far that I've made off of a $781 investment in this grid bot over 20 days. And that's not counting the options and futures that you can see up here. This is the total position that I've got. But overall, I made about $10 over the last 24 hours, and it's kind of pointless to talk about dollar amounts at this point because we're thinking percentages. This strategy, I'm doing it with $1,000 something, but eventually I want to start doing it with 10,000, 100,000. So this is the beta testing phase of this strategy. But after I've done a couple more rounds and I'm confident that it works as I expect it to, we're going to start putting some serious money into this. And just to show you guys, so this is the picture that I drew today, and this was yesterday. So look at where we were and look at where we are now. It's just looking a lot better, and let's just hope this keeps going up. But again, even if it doesn't, as long as there's volatility, as long as this price keeps moving around, we're going to keep making these constant profits. So that's what we're actually looking for. And my account balance right now on Bybit, whereas it used to be 1,200 when I first showed you guys this, we're standing at just about 1,400, pretty much exactly 1,400. And it's actually not a fair comparison. I told you guys I started with 1,500 when I first uploaded the first video. But I did something a bit tricky. So what I did is I had a previous trade that ended up in profit. And one of the components of that trade was a call option that was massively in profit when I started this second trade. So it was massively in profit. It was like $500 in profit or something crazy. And I decided to reuse it instead of closing out that trade and taking profits in cash and then starting over with a new trade. I decided to let that option stay in there for a bit longer and transfer it over to this new strategy. The thing I didn't count on was because the option was in so much profit at the time, I ended up, when the price started going down, it also lost a lot of that profit because it wasn't crystallized yet. So I should have just taken profits. Also, the upside of that would have been if the price had kept going up, I would have made a lot more profits off of that one option. So that's kind of why I kept it in and reused it as part of this second trade. And when the price went down, that sort of side bet is what messed up the profit. So I lost seemingly a lot at first in this trade, but that's because of that side bet that I kept going from the previous trade instead of just closing all of it out and starting anew, which is what I should have done. So it's kind of not a fair comparison because like now this trade is trying to make up for the profits of that previous trade. This trade on its own would actually be in profit right now. But I'm counting that side bet from the previous trade where I should have closed out and I didn't. I'm counting that as part of this trade. And that is where I lost about $165 that I'm now also trying to make back and then make profits on top of that. So that's why this trade is looking like it's dragging its feet, so to speak. It's because it's got that added burden of me having made a wrong decision on the previous side bet of the previous trade. But I'm confident we can probably even make up for that loss and then make some profits if price keeps moving, just by the projection that this shows. So this box chart right here, it's showing me that in the remaining time that I've got, which is I'm considering the time remaining to be the time until the options that I've currently got expire, which is the end of August. If this were to keep going at the current rate, the projected profit would be an additional $334. And that's not going to come in a linear fashion. That's going to come in dribs and drabs. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. This is going pretty well so far. And I'll give you guys another update in 1 or 2 days or so. And let's see how we do. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.